Check, check, 1, 2, down. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2.
Testing. Testing, 1, 2.
Three, two, one. Mic's up. A place on the national stage beckons for one of these two sides. Welcome along to round 7 Dockerty Cup action, coming to you live from Marnie's Reserve in Melbourne's East. As Nunawading City face NPL giants Hume City. Nunawading have never made it to the national round of 32 in the Australian Cup. Hume City regulars under those bright lights. Who will emerge victorious tonight? As we're about to get kicked off, Nunawading in the sky blue, Hume City in the all red. Just one change for Nunawading from the weekend's team that defeated the Essendon Royals by 3 goals to 2. Christian Carvalho comes in for Andro Viscilio. Dennis Martin starts between the sticks. Nick Apostolopoulos, Fuki Ishibashi and James Reardon alongside Carvalho in defence. Felix Dimitrakis, Carlos Aboud and Harris Hodzic in midfield. Luka Slavica, Stewie Edgar and Alexander Dimitriou up top. For Hume City, who emerged victorious despite going down to 10 men against Dandenong City on Friday night. They make 4 changes, 5 including the one in the dugout. Khalil Hussein takes the reins after the departure of Rick Marchioli, as he did on Friday. As we wait for a flag, it's going to trickle through to the standing goalkeeper, Damon Camilleri, who's deputising for the injured Michael Weir for the remainder of the season. Mark Ocheng, Berkan Kerdar and Lloyd Isgrove all drop out of the squad. In come Mehmet Oysel, Michael Domfi, Obieze and Deniz Yildiz. Retaining their places, Harry Ashcroft, Asen Ishak, Aaron Reardon, Josh O'Kane, Godfrey DeBelle and the in-form Englishman Rob Harker, who has an astonishing 5 goals in just 6 appearances this season. My name is Josh Parrish. I'm delighted to be joined on tonight's call by Finn Field and Naylor. Finn, welcome to Marnie's Reserve.
Thank you, Josh. It's good to be here. Yeah, it looks to be a great clash, especially with a few big big Hume names out.
Nunawading City in the third tier of Victoria, sitting in 8th position, but they have done their best work against the top sides in that league. They've knocked off the Redbacks, the Essendon Royals, and gotten a draw against Brunswick Juventus. They beat North Geelong Warriors, who were second in the league, 7-1 here not too long ago. So an inconsistent campaign for Nunawading, but the bigger the stage, they tend to rise to it. Do you give them a chance of pulling off an upset tonight, Finn?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they've only lost one game out of the last 5, so they're in a good patch of form, albeit not every match has ended in a win in the last 6 weeks. But, yeah, they're doing quite well in VPL 2, and there's no reason why they can't knock off Hume tonight.
Home advantage on their side. This place is packed with Nunawading juniors tonight. And there's 6 Nunawading juniors, we were informed, in the team this evening. They've been with the club all through their under-11s program to now. So Nunawading, famous in Victorian football for having that mural of Pep Guardiola, Marcelo Bielsa and Ange Postecoglou decorating the wall of the club rooms here, sticking true to their principles of playing out from the back and youth development. Maybe not the typical underdog side in a cup fixture, Finn. They might go about things a bit differently.
Yeah, I think they'll probably want to play it out a bit more. Probably less of a smashing grab than what some other encounters may show. So, yeah, looking forward to what Nunawading can display tonight. I'm sure they can definitely cut their way through Hume tonight at stages.
As mentioned, it's been a tumultuous week for Hume City after parting ways with Rick Marchioli. The next day after that was announced, they went out and won one of their most important games of the season, 3-0. Despite having a man sent off in Joseph Ford. And they were 1-0 up. DeBelle's going to go for goal here, a cheeky attempt. Easily fielded by Dennis Martin, the Nunawading captain and long-serving custodian. Edgar holding up play. Apostolopoulos with the early switch. Domfey applying the pressure. Hume City win it back. Mohamed Usul runs out of room. He's been in fine form. Scoring on Friday night, Mohamed Usul. Been promoted from regular substitute to now a pretty regular contributor in the starting lineup. They're coming off the bench on Friday night. This is Dimitrakis, who keeps things ticking over at the base of the midfield for Nunawading. No real openings of note so far, although Hume City predictably have had the territory. It's a poor pass, but DeBelle fails to make it count. Cavallo. Experienced NPL player of years gone by, Christian Cavallo, struggled with injuries in recent seasons and finds himself in VPL 2. I'm used to seeing him at left back or left wing for Dandenong Thunder over the years. He'll be playing in midfield today or just down the right. He'll be cutting inside. He's helped on towards Slavica. Nunawading patiently working from the back. This is Hodzic. Got on the score sheet against the Royals after a goalmouth scramble from a corner on Friday. Quick feet down the left from Nunawading. There's no way past Usul. Laid off by Harker. The return ball is on the money from Eze. Not quite. It's Hodzic running it down. Martin into the feet of Dimitrakis. Nearly moments for Hume early on, Finn.
Yeah, Harker almost through there, but thankfully snuffed out by the Nunawading defence. DeBalle and Harker looking dangerous early, but equally so Nunawading also with a few slightly overcooked through balls that could have definitely eventuated in a dangerous situation.
This is Ashcroft on the ball, the captain. Into midfield for O'Kane. And Eze taken down. O'Kane scurrying after the loose ball. Reeled in by Martin. Out to Reardon. He'll put his foot through this one. Only reaches Reardon at the base of the Hume midfield. Clipped over the top. Beautiful ball from Reardon. Yildiz. Oh, Yildiz turns on the style. And the combination of goalkeeper and defender keeps it out for Nunawading City. Big chance for Hume. Can they turn defence into attack? Cavallo. Beautifully weighted ball. Slavitsar has men in the middle. And it's a last-ditch save from Harry Ashcroft in defence. Hume City were cut open on the break there. One end to the other, Finn. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hume with a really slick move and even more comprehensive dribbling into the box, but a great save by Dennis Martin. And then in the blink of an eye, Nunawading with a chance for themselves with a great ball cut across the box, but thankfully saved by the Hume goalkeeper.
Harry Ashcroft sliding in as well. That loose ball. There's an avenue from which Nunawading scored on Friday. Slavitz's delivery from the right. Put in a peach of a cross for Stuart Edgar against the Royals. Put one in the back of the net himself as well, Slavitzer, in that 3-2 win. So he's a man to watch, a man in form. Dimitrakis, bit of space to pick his pass. Cut out by Ashcroft. Ross Clark, tonight's referee, awards the throw into Nunawading. Space to measure a back post cross here. Slavitzer giving away about a foot in height on Ishak. Apostolopoulos forward from fullback. Knocks it back to Hodzic. Dimitrakis. Disguised pass into Slavitzer. Nunawading thought he was fouled. No whistle from Clark. Hodzic stepping in to intercept, and now Carlos Aboud finds himself in a pocket of space. Just slowed play down there. Perhaps the avenue was closed off. Ishibashi. Hodzic. Cavallo. Dimitrakis helping it through. Edgar couldn't intervene, would have been offside. Impressive stuff from Nunawading so far. Pretty comfortable on the ball. Hume City now finding the feet of Harker. It's quickly. A promising attack for the away side. O'Kane drifting wide, cutting it back, looking for Eze around the corner. And it was only just wide. Obi Eze coming close. He had Dennis Martin scrambling. Reardon nicely weighted ball. Dimitriou. Footwork from him. Ball comes back off the referee and we'll have to stop play for that. Nunawading unhappy with Ross Clark. Ball's going to be returned to Hume City, I think. Seemed a bit harsh on Nunawading there, Finn. Promising attack building.
Yeah, that was peculiar. It looked to me as though Nunawading were marauding towards goal with the ball. So, yeah, very interesting that Ross Clark has awarded the ball against Nunawading. But stranger things have happened in the Australia Cup and the NPL and VPL this season particularly.
DeBelle helped it on. Eze couldn't get there. Cleared only as far as Yildiz. Dennis Yildiz with a great ball to the back post. Domfey's header was into the ground. And the ball bounces kindly for Martin. Nice shape on that cross from Yildiz.
Yeah, excellent cross by Yildiz, and the recipient, Michael Domfey, on the end of it was last year's VPL 1 Golden Boot medal winner with Northcote City. So he's certainly an expert in front of goals, and he's shown that both in WA and in Victoria now. So we wouldn't have been surprised if Domfey had found the net there, but I'm sure he'll get another sniff later.
Forced to play slightly out of position tonight, Domfey. Is more of a central striker by trade, or at least was at Northcote, but off the right tonight, and can't blame Hume for wanting to put their main man, their informed scorer, Rob Harker, through the middle. Yildiz, good distance on the throw, but Apostolopoulos is in the way. Carvalho, intelligent touch. Slavica finds Dimitriou. Alex Dimitriou stops and props and waits for Felix Dimitrakis to join the attack. Aboud tried to thread through the killer ball, but was pursued by the red shirts in midfield. Now away come Hume, and they're not wasting any time. No whistle for Mebedusul. Edgar's got a bit of space here. The first touch let him down, and O'Kane wins it straight back for Hume City, and he just doesn't stop running, Josh O'Kane. O'Kane again, probing for an opening. Eze just overcooks the final ball for Harker. Well, this game is so open, it feels like both teams have ample space to create opportunities. Nunawading not parking the bus by any means. Carvalho with the first time ball. What a ball it is too. Dimitriou in behind, Ascroft sliding in, and the captain was always favoured for that one. Now Harker trying the same trick, and it's up the other end for Eze. Still Obi Eze! Over the keeper and over the crossbar. Goodness me, huge chances at both ends. Don't take your eyes off this one for a second. Martin works it out to Ishibashi. Man with top flight experience at the Melbourne Knights. Laid off by Edgar. Aboud's ball through, as always, a little heavy. Easily picked off by Camilleri. Well, there's no doubt in my mind, Finn, that Nunawading can score a goal against Hume tonight, but can they keep them out is the question.
It's a great question, Josh, and I'm not so sure if I have the answer just yet, but with the way that Christian Cavallo's been playing thus far, amongst other teammates, I'm sure Nunawading can find the net. It's just a matter of time now, but yeah, this could be a massive performance from Christian Cavallo.
It's been a figure that hasn't contributed too much this season. He's been largely relegated to substitute appearances, but on the big night, they've wheeled out one of their big names. Hodzic. Aboots. Hodzic. Again, they're targeting that right back area for Hume. Slavica charges it down. Camilleri should get there. The flag was up anyway. Seen them try that switch from right to left so many times now, Nunawading. It seems to be a deliberate instruction from the coaching staff. Maybe seeing Mark Otcheng not on the team sheet, Joseph Ford unavailable, and Mehmet Ustul, more of a winger and attacking player playing that role. Feels like that's an area they can exploit. Dimitrakis. No way through past Reardon. He's not shy on getting forward though, Oysel. Early ball picked off. Calmly done by Hodzic. Reardon. Into touch. And Nunawading have an injury problem here. Right in front of the away bench, it's Alex Dimitriou who's gone down. What have you made of this one so far, Finn?
It's been amazing stuff so far, really end-to-end football, and yeah, a real arm wrestle. Certainly, you wouldn't imagine that these two sides are separated in leagues the way they're currently playing. Obviously, Hume with slightly more chances, although, yeah, very evenly matched. I think you can see that a lot in Victorian football in 2025. I think an NPL side could get knocked off by a VPL2 side and vice versa. I think, I think the top three tiers of Victorian football are becoming equally competitive. And, yeah, I think there's just quality all over the state and definitely on show tonight.
This one of a triple header this evening here in Victoria. Northcote City, Heidelberg United kicks off at 7:30. Dandenong City, South Melbourne at 7:45. But the early action here, a juniors friendly kickoff time of 7 p.m. And Nunawading City have got a cracking attendance for their night in the spotlight. Maybe a bigger night to come, we'll see. Had a lot of the possession in the last 15 minutes or so. Last 10 minutes or so, I should say. Every time Hume go forward, they look very dangerous as well, so difficult to predict how this one will go. Maybe Eze with the biggest chance of the night so far. Slavica's early ball. Edgar was in the middle. Camilleri comes out to claim. Dimitriou is racing back now. Looks like he'll be fine to continue. Domfi. Make some space down the right. Harker on the half turn. Apostolopoulos away from trouble. O'Kane. Slavica taking the man instead of the ball. And Hume City have a free kick just at the edge of shooting range. Maybe if Kerdar or Isgrove are in the lineup tonight, they'd fancy one from here, Finn.
Yeah, certainly. But I think Dennis Martin can... I think he probably would have slept easy had he have known of the team sheet. But, yeah, I'm not so sure how late those changes came through. But, especially as we've seen with the right-back change at Hume, I know that, Nunna would be pleased to see Mark Ochieng not out there.
Well, Rob Harker looks like he fancies this. And why not, given his recent scoring form? 4 in 3 for the Yorkshireman. He steps up from distance and it was always sailing over. Ishibashi on the ball. Not the kindest pass back to his goalkeeper from Carlos Aboud. Martin takes it calmly on the chest. Slavica. Ashcroft in the way. Slavica chasing down Mehmet Usul. He's got the bounce on him. Well, it was a well-timed challenge from Aboud. Took enough of the ball to satisfy Ross Clark. Martin starts it short once again. Ishibashi. Aboud. Going to be a Nunawading ball according to the lino on the far side. Mehmet Usul can't believe it. Josh O'Kane with the interception. It's a bad giveaway, but Nunawading get away with one. Dimitrakis. Carvalho. Again, testing out the first touch of the goalkeeper. We start again through Ishibashi. Edgar. Threading it through. Flag stays down for Dimitriou. Nunawading could be in here. Aboud sees his shot blocked, but he rolls it in at the second attempt. And Nunawading City have the lead against the NPL heavyweights. They carved them open from back to front. The VPL2 side lead at home. Hume City, the Australia Cup mainstays, at 6s and 7s. And Carlos Aboud is the hero.
Two goals in 2 games for Carlos Aboud, scoring last round, I should say, against North Sunshine to knock the VPL 1 side out of the Oz Cup. So Carlos Aboud in a rich vein of form, and he has just set Mahoney's alight. The crowd's gone absolutely mental, and Mahoney's.
What a night this could be. Hume City looking for the instant response. DeBelle sees his pocket picks. Nunawading could be away again here. They charge forward. The quick switch of play. Stewie Edgar is in. Slavica with him in support. Edgar went for goal and it's straight at Camilleri. Another let off. Ashcroft stinks it over the top. you didn't know it before tonight, you'd struggle to pick the VPL2 side from the MPL side.
Absolutely, Josh. The quality is just all over the park, really, with both sides. And I think Nunawading's form in the last 6 weeks of their respective league has perhaps been a bit of a preview to this Oz Cup run that could be.
Maybe their position on the table deceiving, given just how good they've been over the past 2 months.
Absolutely.
Such a terrible start to the season. They were rock bottom of the table at one point. But now their form is up there with the best sides in their division. So 8th, maybe deceptive. Decent ball in, looking for Harker. The flag is up. Nunawading scramble it away anyway.
Nuna's ladder position certainly deceiving, with 5 wins and 5 draws in their VPL2 campaign. So definitely doesn't tell the whole story. I'm sure a lot of those, well, I'm sure some of those draws would have for sure included some great individual performances from some Nunawading players, few of which are finding themselves in the goals frequently in VPL2.
This is Dimitrakis finding Slavica. Cut back towards Cavallo. Spraying the ball around with confidence tonight. Reardon just lost his footing. Godfrey DeBelle's gone out to the right flank now. Domfey going to the left. Slavica. Jinx past yield is, but the left back recovers to make the challenge. Harker. Referee attempted to play advantage. No such advantage appearing for Hume. Little shoving match going on off the ball between Harker and Cavallo. Ascroft. Early ball from Ascroft. Harker's the target again, but Dennis Martin, for the upteenth time this evening, comes out to claim. Not the tallest goalkeeper, Martin, but he's been pretty confident on the crosses so far.
Absolutely. A very on his toes, if you will, goalkeeper.
This is Reardon bursting forward from left back. His right-footed attempt is safely into the arms of Damon Camilleri. Already pulled off one cup set in this season's Dockerty Cup, Australia Cup competition, Nunawading. I think North Sunshine Eagles 4-1 in the last round. It's VPL 1 opposition, but it would be something else entirely to knock off the might of Hume City. 2019 Dockerty Cup champions. Finalists in 2021. Header one down to Domfey. Return ball looking for Eze. Domfey's in the middle. A scramble of bodies. And Fuki Ishibashi got in there in time. Cavallo fouls. Huge chance for Hume.
Great last-ditch effort there by the Nunawading defence. Domfey looked in on goal, but on an icy night like this, the slides were enough to prevent Domfey from a certain goal.
Both central defenders sliding in at the last possible moment. I think Ishibashi can take the credit for the block in the end. Yildiz. Hodzic. His clearance ends up with Reardon. One of those homegrown Nunawading products that we were talking about, James Reardon. himself in a pocket of space. 2 Hume City defenders converge on him, but he's won a free kick in a pretty promising position too.
Great work by Reardon there. Sliding his way through the Hume defence, and he's won his side a free kick in a really dangerous spot for Hume City.
Slight angle on it, Finn. If you're standing over that dead ball, go for goal, put it in the box.
Oh, I think well, I was going to say you've got to shoot from there, but they do have Cavallo on it, who's a left footer, so that could suggest a dink into the box with some in-swing, but you never know. Cavallo could go for goal here. He's certainly got the technique, so we'll see what happens.
This is Christian Carvalho over the dead ball. It's a back post delivery! Nunawading City have 2. Extraordinary! Stewie Edgar celebrates. And Hume City are sinking without a trace in this first half. The cup set is well and truly on. What a ball from Carvalho. And how does Stuart Edgar, the prime target?
A gorgeous ball there from Cavallo, just perfectly finessed into the back stick and leaving the Hume goalkeeper with little to no chance there.
How does Edgar get so free though, Finn? How do you leave the number 9 wide open?
Don't have the answer to that, Josh, but as you could see with the Hume reaction to that goal, I think they're quite stunned at the moment. I think Nunawading have certainly come to play, and they're honouring this large Mahoney's home crowd.
Martin has to clear. Worked that well for Nunna. Cavallo. Okay. Oh, Reardon getting in his way. Doesn't that sum up Hume City's first half? Two of the same team fighting for the same ball in midfield.
Yeah, an interesting one there. I would back Josh O'Kane to weave through the midfield, but I guess his teammate also had a fair position on it as well. But yeah, Hume City certainly lost at sea right now.
Martin with a more panicked clearance than we're accustomed to seeing so far. Hume need a response, and they need it quickly. Okay. Ball's hammered into Eze. DeBelle. Okay. Reardon. Yildiz. Yildiz with the quick throw. It's off Apostolopoulos and behind for a Hume corner. Mamadou will take. 6 targets in the box for Hume. It's a good delivery too. It skims off ahead and away as far as Ashcroft. We'll try and give Hume a second bite at this. O'Kane. Waiting for a teammate's run in support. Yildiz is the furthest back for Hume right now. They have no one on the halfway line. Usul's ball in. It's a great delivery. It comes out only as far as Ishak, whose shot is smothered. And now, Nunawading could be away on the break. Edgar was inside his own half. He's onside. Dimitriou picked out on the far side, but has to backtrack. Sends him too wide to get the ball. Hume were rolling the dice there. No rest defence whatsoever. Every Nunawading player back as well. It's all hands on deck.
Two excellent deliveries by Mehmet Yusil there. Only to go unrewarded, but some awesome whip on those two crosses. But yeah, Hume quite unfortunate not to find the back of the net, but here we go.
O'Kane, Harker's effort blocked. He was in for a moment. Josh O'Kane with his trademark work ethic, forcing an interception in midfield, and Harker had a good side of goal. Did he take too long to pull the trigger?
Potentially. I think the credit would have to go to Nunawading. I think just Nunawading just one step ahead, and that seems to be the case for most of the night. But yeah, the former Halifax Town man couldn't find the net there, but I think that probably came more down to Nunawading's pressure tonight.
Usul with another in-swinger towards the near post this time. It's off the line, up into the air, and there's a foul picked out. Asen Ishak, I think, the offending party. Nunawading are living dangerously now. Suddenly the reality sets in that you've got something to lose. Marnie's reserve abuzz with excitement. Hume City really threatening in the last few minutes. That second Nunawading goal has kicked them into gear. DeBelle. O'Kane. Ascroft out to Ishak. Ishak looks up. Plays the easy ball to Yildiz. Eze making the run wide. Eze to the byline. Kept it in play. That's a comfortable claim for the goalkeeper.
Hume City showing a lot of faith to Obi Eze tonight. He's no stranger to the Australia Cup and Dockerty Cup. Last year coming on in the quarterfinal late against South Melbourne in what was a narrow loss in the end, thanks to a Jordan Lampard goal.
It was a thriller. Maciel Stadium in Broadmeadows. Heartbreaking exit for Hume City. Every time they played South Melbourne last year, they lost narrowly. It was perhaps the difference between them and greater success. Usul stands over this one. Another corner for Hume, another decent delivery. Ishibashi's header away was not the most confident. Subsequent clearance gets the job done. Oh, and Hume City have left themselves woefully exposed at the back. Ascroft chasing. Slavica checking in field. Luka Slavica! That would have been something special. Well, Hume are playing like it's the 85th minute.
Crazy stuff here at Mahoney's. Slavica on a great run, cutting back onto that left foot, back onto the right, and then a pretty good effort in the end, just sailing marginally over. But here we go, in the blink of an eye, Hume City on the charge.
He goes Reardon. Postolopoulos stepping in. Slavica. Yildiz. Obieze. O'Kane. Whipped in from the right. Can't beat the first man. Ashcroft. Ashcroft switch. Picks out Yildiz. Yildiz to the back post. Eze is waiting. It'll come out as far as Usul. Mehmet Usul to the byline. And it's come back off the Hume City attacker and behind for a Nunna goal kick.
Lucas Slavitz having an amazing last 15 minutes. He's helped Nunawading immensely this season, scoring 4 goals in VPL 2 thus far, so certainly enjoying his breakout season as we speak, and he's certainly turning on the Jets tonight. He's playing excellently thus far.
Came through at Dandenong City, I believe. Spell at Doveton for Lucas Slavitz. Never nailed down a first-team spot in the top division, but he's a key man for Nunna. Might be turning some heads with this performance. Dimitrakis back to Hodzic. Dimitrakis, good spot to find Dimitriou down the right. Apostolopoulos coming forward for the overlap. Pinpoint ball to pick him out, but Ishak in the way of the cross. Abood sliding in, manages to delay the Hume City attack.
A moment of genius there from Carlos Abood. Hume looked to have gotten away with the ball there, but yeah, Abood doing some very creative moves on the floor to make sure that Nunawading weren't going to lose that ball easily.
This is okay. Past a couple of challenges, but the pass was offline. Ishibashi, Cavallo. Ishibashi. Free header for Usul. Reardon knocks it into space. Harry Ashcroft should field this. Hume pushed up so high, pushing so many numbers forward. There's a Nunawading City break around every corner. Yildiz. Early ball from Yildiz. And DeBelle was at the back stick. Domfey in the middle. Domfey got a toe to the ball, but it wasn't enough.
Excellent ball there by Yildiz. Just an amazing amount of finesse on that. And Domfey did well to get there, but yeah, it was at a stretch. So yeah, certainly wasn't an easy finish.
Game of millimetres. Hume City find themselves in a 2-goal hole. So we head into the shadows of half-time. One minute to play in this first half. Reardon's ball was offline. Martin soaking up every available second. I think the sensible approach for Nunawading, just try and get into half-time with your 2-goal lead intact. They'll knock it long and high towards Edgar. Ishak away. Ishibashi climbing highest. And Ross Clark calls an end to this first half. And what a half we've seen. Nunawading City, against the odds, have a 2-goal lead at home against the NPL Giants. Hume City with big questions to answer at half-time. Carlos Abood and Stuart Edgar with the goals, but it's been a marvellous team performance from the VPL2 men, Finn. Absolutely outstanding. We're going to sign off here at Marnie's Reserve. We'll be back in 15 minutes to bring you the climax of this potential cup set in the making. The half-time score, It is Nunawading City 2, Hume City 0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Marnie's Reserve, where Nunawading City lead by 2-0 at half-time against NPL opposition. Massive turn up for the Books. But can the VPL2 side survive what will surely be a second-half onslaught from Hume? Josh Parrish here alongside Finn Phelan-Naylor for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, to Marnie's Reserve. Finn, after that second goal, Hume really put the foot down and put the pressure on. Nunawading, to a certain extent, after such an incredible team performance, until that point, went into their shell. What do you think Nunawading need to do in this second half? Do they need to batten down the hatches and protect what they have, or keep playing their sort of brand of football, keep attacking?
I think they're just going to keep attacking, to be honest. I think they're going to play their brand, and I think they're certainly going to search for a third goal. I just get that sense at the moment, and I think with this large Mahoney's home crowd, I think they'll certainly be pushing for a third. I don't think they'd want to drive home having not scored a third with this with the roar we heard from the first 2 goals. Certainly not.
Great attendance tonight, especially from their junior base, who come out in numbers for this early Tuesday night kickoff. Eze winning the challenge high on Dimitrakis. High up the pitch, I should say. Making some headway down the left here. He was outnumbered, but he wins the throw. Excellent work from the young man.
The roar we heard from the first 2 goals, certainly not.
Great attendance tonight, especially from their junior base.
Eze certainly growing into the game. He's definitely been one of the more lively Hume attackers tonight, and he's getting closer and closer to the final third, and certainly helping his team on that quest to pull a goal back.
He wins the throw. Excellent work from the young man. Kane yielded it, so he instantly knew. As soon as he hit the cross, you could see him look to the heavens in frustration. But Yildiz did put in a few good balls in the first half.
More lively attackers tonight, and he's getting closer and closer to the final third, certainly helping his team on that quest to pull a goal back. Yildiz and Usel putting in some extremely dangerous balls into the Nunawading defensive box, and that one with a little bit too much on it, but Hume City certainly pushing. Here's DeBello.
Apologies for any audio issues to start that second half.
Yildiz and Usel putting in some extremely dangerous balls into the Nunawading defensive box, and that one with a little bit too much on it, but Hume City certainly pushing.
Ashcroft's ball in is flicked on. It's as far as DeBelle. Apologies for any audio issues to start that second half. And the ball in is harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Ashcroft. Cavallo. Corner for Nunawading. O'Kane comes clear with the ball, but Apostolopoulos in the way. First time ball towards Edgar. Ishak in the way. Can Hume City break clear here? Nunawading win it back. Ishibashi, they've got the numbers. Question of offside. Dimitriou, and the flag has gone up late. Hume City on the attack. Debele. Helped on as far as Mehmet Usul. Usul checks back inside. To the top of the box, Debele with the first time strike. And it's deflected behind. Nunawading living dangerously again.
Josh O'Kane with some phenomenal dribbling through the centre there for Hume City, setting up another chance for his side. And it's that man again, Mehmet Usul, just cutting his way on the right wing. He's no stranger to the right wing, obviously playing as a fullback tonight, but yeah, I think just quietly he's probably wishing he's probably started on that right flank, but he's doing his danger now.
It'll be almost an auxiliary right winger as Hume City press for a goal back. Ashcroft gets goal side in a flash as the Nunawading counter-attack is snuffed out. Ashcroft. Eze. Yildiz. Into Reardon, I should say. Early ball. Took a deflection on the way. Domfey's flicked header. Well wide of the mark. Hume City, for all their toil up top, they didn't have a shot on target in the first half.
Mehmet Usul just scampering over to the Hume bench to receive some pickle juice. I think, I'm sure his GPS stats will show some large figures tonight, and he's on the ball here.
Mehmet Usul lines one up. That one was moving. And finally, they force a save of note out of Dennis Martin. We're at the perfect angle there, Finn. That one knuckled through the night sky, and the goalkeeper was rightly nervous behind it.
Absolutely. Dennis Martin with composed hands there, but yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to be attempting to save a dead knuckleball on a night like this at Mahoney's.
It's an icy evening. There's a flag up against Rob Harker, coming back from an offside position rather than against Debele.
Some signs of fatigue and cramp setting in for both sides, but understandably on this icy Melbourne night. But I think whoever will brave the conditions better will probably find themselves with some success later in the game as the match opens up.
First yellow ticket of the night. Michael Domfey into the book for a late challenge on Cavallo. Seemed like malice, just clumsiness.
Cavallos, excuse me, will take every second he needs as Nunna hope to reserve this lead of theirs. And he's been instrumental tonight, so hopefully he's not running out of puff just yet, because I'm sure he's got a lot more to give.
Dimitrakis. Okay. Ashcroft. Edgar battling back to do some defensive work for his side. Same too with Dimitriou. O'Kane, really nimble footwork in midfield. He's one that can hold his head high tonight for Hume City. What's been a disappointing performance? Maybe Obieze can start the comeback. That one was travelling. Well, we talked about the knuckle ball earlier from Mehmet Yusul, but Obieze's shot almost swung too much or off target at the last.
Great effort there by Obieze. Just probably swiped at it a tad too much, but he's well in his right to have a ping there. And yeah, he was unlucky not to get that a bit more central. But as we've mentioned a few times on these icy nights, you can't afford to swipe it because it will go towards the corner flag, Josh.
Maybe if he'd been closer to goal, that one would have nestled in the top corner. As it stood, the ball had too much time to swing away from the target.
Potentially.
Reardon. Dimitriou. Cavallo. Slavica. Slaps the ground in frustration. He doesn't get the whistle he was looking for. Debele puts his head down and runs straight into traffic in midfield. And that's a careless turnover for Hume. And Nunawading have just gone early again. You could see Lucas Slavica was the wrong side of the last defender.
The switch was on there for Nunawading. Certainly, but wasn't acknowledged, unfortunately, and they found themselves in an offside position. But yeah, Dimitriou for Nunawading was certainly on there on our flank, Josh, and I think if he had found that ball with a little switch of play there on the through ball, I think yeah, Hume could have very, very much well been on their way back to Broadmeadows tonight.
Third goal could win it for Nunna once and for all. Edgar. That's the more patient pass to Dimitriou. And rather telegraphed there the ball into Ishibashi, who's now out of position. The Japanese centre-half has been covered by Dimitrakis. Ashcroft stabs it out wide to Mehmet Yusul. Yusul goes to the byline. Reardon, beautifully timed challenge and avoids the corner as well. That is some stout defending from the left back. Reardon. Clip ball into the box. Easy take for Martin.
Mahoney's absolutely packed tonight. You can even hear some of the food orders through our effects mic. So yeah, apologies at home if that startled anybody, but it certainly wasn't Josh and I ordering that food tonight.
Well, if there's anyone from Nunna listening, we wouldn't object to a souvlaki delivery. But, that's shameless even for me. It is, the smell behind us in the canteen is tantalising this evening. The risk of going full Australia Cup food safari. Ashcroft. Hume City have made a change. I believe Kalen Achar, who's come on, number 16. Maybe one at half-time that passed us by. He's a Hume City homegrown product. Had a spell with Western United, but he's back in red now.
Speaking of food, Josh, James Reardon has certainly had an order of his own tonight, having to deal with both Domfe and Usil on that right side, and he's doing an excellent job so far. I think the young man will certainly catch a few eyes in the Victorian scene tonight with this performance. I think he's been excellent, and I think I can safely say that a few clubs will definitely be getting out the LinkedIn or WhatsApp and probably trying to locate this young man, because he's had a stellar performance so far. And there he is again.
And don't tell anyone at Nunawading. They'll be very eager to keep hold of one of their own.
Yeah.
Nunawading have just made a change. No substitutes board tonight at Marnie's reserve. Alex Kabenko has come on the right-hand side. Looks like Alex Dimitriou has gone to the bench. Kabenko, 5 goals this season in VPL 2. Been absent of late, but back in time for this game. DeBelle threaded through. DeBelle from the angle. It was a rasping drive into the back of the net, but the flag has gone up and it won't count. Oh, Dennis Martin beaten at his near post there, but he needn't have worried.
It's always a tricky one, those offside calls, when the play does carry on before the call, I should say, as there's a foul on the Nunawading midfielder. But, yeah, Dennis Martin having an excellent night tonight. But, yeah, with that shot coming through from DeBelle, I think, yeah, it probably does throw you off a little bit when those offsides do play out. And albeit the free kick was taken back shortly after the shot went in, I think, yeah, it's probably not a great confidence boost for Dennis Martin, but he definitely had it covered either way.
Martin. Shibashi, slightly nervy from Nunna. Slavica tried to pick out the run of Cavallo as the ball goes careening into our effects mic. Sorry if that gave you a jump at home.
It's not the first time, Josh, our effects mic has copped a ball or a foot tonight with, I guess the crowd at Mahoney's being so large tonight that, yeah, we were probably bound to have a few tripping hazards.
Into the near post, flicked on off the defender's head. That will be a corner. Nearly taken out again. That was off camera for you, but looked like Damon Camilleri was aiming for it.
The Hume goalkeeper certainly...
He must have overheard something we said in the first half.
I know, we're far too close to these players. I think he's almost hit the effects mic for a third time.
Away by Cavallo. Usul. He's not been shy to pull the trigger.
Great block there by Cavallo. Put his back into it, certainly, and the ball ended up in the southeast wildlife. It's not the first time the ball's travelled into those trees behind the goals tonight at Mahoney's, but yeah, excellent block by Cavallo. And his side certainly need him to keep those legs ticking late into this game.
Near post delivery is a dangerous one. Away as far as Usul. Yildiz took the corner. Unable to latch on to that one. Quickly taken by Archer. Archer with the ball forward. It's not a bad ball either. Marnie let it run for Domfe. DeBelle on the far stick was barrelling in there and barreled in to a Nunawading defender.
He took one for the team there, sorry Josh. The Nunawading defender there got absolutely poleaxed. And yeah, DeBelle coming through with quite some pace, but I think there's no malice in that. But Nunawading certainly defending very strong tonight.
Apostolopoulos, who is scampering back, I believe. be a Nunawading ball on the near side. Throwing down the line, Edgar. Ascroft flirting with the touchline. Cavallo. Edgar using his strength to hold off the challenge of young Kalen Achar, who makes the interception now. Reardon caught late by Carlos Abud. Huge years from the home supporters. Feeling Reardon made the most of that.
Ross Clark having none of it there, and certainly hasn't put the whistle to the mouth a lot tonight. And well, as soon as I say that, there's a problem with one of the Nunawading players who is down.
He's just caught late, Apostolopoulos again there, so Ross Clark will whistle for a foul, but that's his style. The Scotsman try and let it flow. Very UK approach to officiating, and it's led to a very entertaining game tonight.
Indeed, it's been absolutely end-to-end, and yeah, there actually hasn't been all that many fouls tonight, has there, Josh? It's been pretty... I think everyone's managed to dribble through each other successfully, but I think most of the blocks and deflections have come in the final third. I think it's been a very clean game and some excellent play from both sides.
It might be about to change as Hume City realise what they're on the precipice of. I suspect it could get a little more physical as we approach the last 20 minutes of this one. There we go. Perhaps it's just kicked off. A yellow card out for Carlos Abud, or Christian Cavallo, I should say.
An experienced foul there by Cavallo. It's just there was a weathered way in which he clipped the Hume player's feet there with, as before, not too much malice, but yeah, he's so composed on the ball and even off the ball. He's such a general, Cavallo. He's showing his poise tonight for sure.
There's Asen Ishak on the receiving end. He seemed to have a few words to say. Christian Cavallo in response after being taken down. 2 yellow cards tonight, both for late challenges rather than anything more malicious. Oh, it's picked off. Ishak still reeling from that foul. And away come Nunawading. Edgar urged to pull the trigger. He centres it for Kabenko. And it's well saved by Camilleri. Danger not averted for Hume. A low drive, comfortably picked off. Carlos Abud looking for goal number 2. Nunna have had a chance or two to polish this one off. Oh, Harker was being held by Hodzic, and now Hodzic is alleging Harker threw an elbow.
I think he was a bit lucky to get away with that one, Harker. I did see a bit of an elbow there, but who am I to say?
At least a thrown arm. I don't think the contact was severe enough.
No.
It was certainly a frustrated kind of flail, and you've seen players sent off for less.
Absolutely.
If you know, your opposition player makes more of a meal of it, you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of him, Harker does make way now.
It's going to be his last involvement. Perhaps Hume seeing the writing on the wall. They're going to trust some of their bench players, some of their youth. As we mentioned, no Lloyd Isgrove or Burkhan Kurdar available tonight. This is Angel Barreto. He's come on, elevated from the under-23s. Anything you can tell me about him, Finn?
Well, as a younger, obviously still a young man, but yeah, as a younger player, he cut his teeth in the New South Wales League One. And yeah, found himself joining South Melbourne, actually, who Hume definitely wouldn't want to hear the name of in this contest. But yeah, Barreto did some time with South Melbourne in the 23 side, having a fantastic 2023 campaign before finding himself at Brunswick Juventus last season. But yeah, he now finds himself at Hume City, and what a better introduction than at a huge encounter against Nunawading.
It's a vote of confidence from the coaching staff to inject him into this one at its most crucial juncture. And again, they don't have a lot of experience on that bench. No regular first-team contributors amongst the substitutes this evening. Slavitz's corner for Nunawading. Oh, Camilleri was a bit nervy. It's off the woodwork and off the line.
Wow.
How on earth did Nunawading not score? It might be in again. Slavitsa has two in the middle. Leoden and Nunawading on the national stages. Stuart Edgar surely applies the finishing touches to a famous win.
Absolute scenes at Mahoney's right now. And
there may have been an injury in the celebration.
I think so. I think someone is injured. Oh, Cavallo running on empty almost, and then I think the celebrations could be the straw that broke the camel's back, or the Cavallo's back, I should say. But I think he's almost earned a substitution at this rate, Cavallo, and the Nunawading bench, whether for the goal celebrations or not, are all on their feet. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nunna throw to some of their fresher talents on the bench to replace some of their more experienced heads. But Cavallo has every right to strut back into his own half as Ross Clark gives him the hurry up. But it's been an incredible performance by Nunawading so far, and their large home contingent of youth players behind the goals certainly made us hear that roar, didn't they, Josh?
Sensational scenes. Still with 18 minutes to play, Hume City have a window. If they can get one, you never know. Impressive reactions from Nunna to the disappointment of striking the post there and seeing one cleared off the line in the goalmouth scramble. Achar's long switch is going to be easily fielded by Martin. Great goalkeeping. It's easy to put heads in hands after you miss a chance like that to go 3-0 up, but they kept their eyes very much focused on the prize.
Absolutely. Nunawading readying some changes here, and I think as fatigue and cramp probably setting in on this cold night, I think it's time to unleash some more of their talent.
Looks like it's Abood who's on the ground. He got tangled up and almost trodden on by the Hume City player there.
Oh, well, that didn't look good at all. I think
on the replay, Finn, that looks very painful indeed.
Well, thank goodness there's no VAR, because that one looked malicious. I think they'll be replaying through the YouTube in the coming days, especially Abood himself. I think he'll definitely be screen recording that and sending that to his friends, because I think, yeah, Josh, you're right. I think he has been trodden on, but
upon the third or fourth viewing, it doesn't look good. Well,
I think
maybe Hume City have got away with one.
Oh, certainly. Didn't look like much upon first viewing, but yeah, looking at that replay, I think saying that there were some afters is an understatement. But anyway, we press on, and I think there's a carnival-like mood here at Mahoney's. So I think the fans are probably a little too excited to be angry at a time like this.
No, there's no room for outrage when you're 3-0 up against an NPL side. You're already in 1 foot in the national stages.
Absolutely.
Not going to be crying for a red card. Filippo Gioffre has come on for Nunawading.
Edgar with an excellent touch there. Just took the ball out of the air with great composure. Just put the studs over it and got a bit of a hack for his troubles, but he's been fantastic tonight, Edgar. Hasn't had a whole lot of involvement on the ball, but I think it's his pressure off it. And speaking of him, he's...
Oh, it's a deft touch.
Yep, he's created another chance now.
It's been... There's a yellow card out now for Aaron Reardon. Edgar, of course, 2 goals to his name. Those scant chances he's got to... That one's going to be brought back. It's Ross Clark still completing the paperwork. As you say, his involvements have been minimal, but every involvement seems to have been mightily effective.
Absolutely. Edgar with some crucial touches tonight, and I think he's done his job. I think, look, obviously he's got silky touches to him, but I think tonight his hold-up play has been excellent, and I think it's definitely allowed his Nunawading teammates to bounce off him.
It was a rusty touch from Andrew Vesciglio, who's just come on. Domfey's vaulted a challenge. The cut back, cut out by Geoffrey, the other substitute. But Andrew Vesciglio looking a little rusty coming off the bench, and that short pass demonstrated what it's like to come into a game like this cold. As a regular starter for Nunawading, though, started on Friday night against the Royals. Decent ball in, a bit of chaos in the box, and it's away from danger at the last. A massive boil over at Marnie's tonight. Hume City need a goal, and they need it now. It would be the most improbable of comebacks, but we've seen it happen in cup football. They've still got a little bit of time on their side. Usul. Return ball was on the money for Barreto. Usul cut out by Vesciglio. Cynical challenge from Barreto, who's going to get a yellow card as well. Well, you mentioned 15 minutes ago, Finn, this has been a clean game. Since then, I think we've put the Moz on it.
It was the commentator's curse, yeah. I guess desperate times call for desperate challenges, and Hume certainly lunging in probably a few too many times for Ross Clark's liking. I think on a cold night like this, he'd almost want to shut up shop, but yeah, the canteen is pumping at Mahoney's, and Ross Clark's book will no doubt be open till the very last second of this encounter.
It's gotten a little testy of late. Usul, Domfey, Achar, onto O'Kane. O'Kane's been well marshalled tonight. Nunawading seem to have pinpointed him as a player in the engine room they have to shut down, and every time he gets the ball it seems like there's 3 blue shirts in front of him. Achar. Little dig to the back post. There's no runners. It's a blind pass from the young substitute. Nunawading are 11 minutes from history. Deft touch from Lucas Slavica, and now Dimitrakis has found Edgar, the man on a hat-trick. He's urged to shoot. He plays the unselfish pass. Christian Carvalho scores. Nunawading City are through. History made in the Australia Cup. A bench-emptying celebration. Felix Dimitrakis on the near side laps up the applause of the home crowd. A night's beyond their wildest dreams.
Felix Dimitrakis with amazing. He mazed his way through the Hume backline and just an amazing cut pass to his left, and Edgar did the rest, teeing up his teammate for what could very well be the sealer. But Edgar, cool, calm and composed in unselfishly slicing it up for Cavallo. And a brilliant finish by Cavallo into the bottom right corner. And this could be a Cavallo legacy game. He's been absolutely fantastic tonight. And I dare say, Josh, a lot of people will be opening up Safari and Chrome tonight and finding out, who is this man? I certainly was unaware of his talents before you mentioned it to me tonight. But
well, he's been off the NPL scene for a couple of years now. He was a big player for Dandenong Thunder and amongst others. One of the top left backs in the top flight for some time. City have made another change. Baranshan Kavak has come on, number 32. I think a run of bad injuries really has halted his career in the top division, and he's had to rebuild it from the bottom up. Here at Nunawading, he's a fan favourite. Another free kick for Nunna. Well, I think on the list of possible scorelines, no one would have dared to pick 4-0. Maybe, just maybe, some would have given Nunawading City half a chance of pulling off the unthinkable. But to do it in this fashion, Finn, is absolutely outrageous.
It's been an amazing night at Mahoney's, a historic night for Nunawading City, who is such a proud and prestigious club in the Victorian ranks, and I don't think they'll forget this night easily.
Perhaps the most famous night in the club's history. Cavallo's free kick. Could it be 5? It's almost an own goal. The woodwork still rattling. Christopher D'Agostine has only just come on, and his first contribution was almost to stick it in his own net. Nunawading preparing a double change of their own on the far side.
The woodwork coming to Hume's rescue again. Could have very well been 6 so far, but yeah, Josh, that top left post to crossbar region has been a purple zone so far for some close chances.
They inspected it full time, see if there's any mud marks or imprints on it, because it's been given a workout this evening. Hume, the Nunna have stuck plenty in the back of the net as well. They have been irresistible. The early ball looking for Slavica. He's turning on the tricks now. Look at the confidence flowing. Edgar. Return ball. Slavica deserves a goal. He won't get one there. Brave goalkeeping from Camilleri.
Excellent work by Slavica there. He is having a phenomenal night, and Nunawading must be so proud of him tonight. But I dare say, Josh, he's caught the eye of many a football fan and club coach or staff member across Victoria with his performance. He's been absolutely excellent, and he's certainly got Mahoney's off their feet. As you can hear from our effects mic, the place is rocking, or scampering at least, with feet.
Well, it's a family affair this evening. Juniors running around left, right and centre. They're right up against our microphone. Well, we've almost got third, fourth, fifth, sixth member of the commentary team down there. Stewie Edgar will get a hero's reception on the Nunawading City bench as he comes off. A match-winning double for the number 9. One of the Hume substitutes, Stephen Sabander. They've emptied the bench now.
Jacob de Kretzer coming on there for Nunawading City. He's started under 23s level so far in the campaign for BPL 2 men's. Under 23, scoring 5 goals. So I think his performances in that league will certainly earn some reward. And I think he gets a small taste, well, I guess a large taste of this historic night for Nunawading as a reward for his great perseverance for the club this year so far.
Jacob de Kretzer, another graduate of the Victorian Churches Football Association. I believe he spent some time at Knox. Ooh, here we go. Park that thought. O'Kane, Atcha. The giveaway goes unpunished as Nunawading clear their lines. But Knox Churches, the same club that produced none other than Wade Decker, star of Dandenong Thunder these days after years of prolific goal scoring for Oakley. Pace from de Kretzer now. Centering ball is just off the mark. There was inches in it. Brilliant cross. And unlucky not to get an assist with his first contribution.
De Kretzer with some lovely wing play on the left there. Just taking the ball constantly down the line and evading Hume City's Stephen Sabander, and a great ball on his left foot across the box. And he actually scored last round, Josh, against North Sunshine in their, what you could call a cup set, if you will, against North Sunshine. You could probably say
against higher division opposition, I think it counts by default. 4-1 as well. The emphatic nature of the scorelines on their run to the national stages has been something to behold. 7-2 winners over Whittlesea Rangers in the previous round, but as you say, de Kretzer, not his first taste of senior football in their cup run. That's another well-weighted pass. Slavitsa. They're all running through now. Giuffre, 2 in the middle to aim for. Cut out by Yildiz. Giglio. Slavitsa. Giuffre. They want 5. So does the crowd. Filippo Giuffre cycles it wide to Kabenko. Flash of top flight football for Alex Kabenko with Manningham United. He's found more regular football here at Nunna. Sent long by the goalkeeper. Dimitrakis. Slid through. And Ishak was across in time. Clean challenge on Giuffre. Or on Kabenko, rather, I should say.
Nunawading Marshals marching away a large contingency of Nunna fans. Who knows? They could feature in the club's song at full time. Josh, what do you think?
I think that's almost nailed on. Finn. I think they're ready to pile into the club rooms and sing the victory song with the players. They know they are almost there. And they've done it in such typical style for a club that styles itself after football of Ange Postecoglou. It certainly has been a nice tribute to that kind of relentless attacking and possession-focused play. They've refused to shirk from that, even in the face of such big-name opposition. D'Agostine. Domfey. A precious little reward for his toil tonight, up against Vachilio. Kalen Archer. Hume City throw. We wind down towards full time. Nunawading City are there at a canter. A famous night for the VPL2 club as they head to the round of 32 for the first time in their history. Hume City absolutely outclassed by a team 2 divisions below them. A night that will provoke many questions over at Broadmeadows, but this night is about Nunawading and their staggering achievement. And who knows, perhaps an A-League side will be the next to visit Marnie's reserve, Finn.
Absolutely, Josh. What a night it's been, and a fantastic result for Nunawading. And I think they've shown the rest of the competition what they're capable of, and I think they've sent a massive message to the VPL2 league as well tonight.
Well, they have been on a tear of late, but nothing compares to this. Nunawading 4-0 winners over Hume City. A scoreline no one saw coming, but they've deserved it tonight. They've played with swashbuckling, buccaneering style. Carlos Aboud got us underway. A double from Stuart Edgar. And then Christian Carvalho with the cherry on the cake. Nunawading City are through to the round of 32. The final score at Marnie's reserve is Nunawading 4, Hume City 0.